Hey guys, welcome to math and surprise! I'm teaching math this week, not Mrs. Fidano. So we've been working with fractions and taking a look at the fractions I have written on the board. I have 1/3 and I have 1/2. Now fraction is a part of a whole. So a fraction, that's literally a fraction means a part of a whole. And when you look at a fraction, to break it down, to help you figure it out a little bit, the bottom number tells us how many parts we divided the whole into. So if we were talking about a pie right now, and we said that Ms. Ngampo had 1/3 of the pie, well then that means, looking at the bottom number, that means that the pie was divided into 3 pieces, and the top number tells me how many of those pieces we're talking about. So that means that Ms. Ngampo had 1 piece of the 3 pieces from the pie. 1/3. I actually couldn't eat 1/3 of a pie, it's a little too much sugar for me. And then 1/2. Let's say, for example, I had an apple. If we're talking about the apple as a whole, this fraction means that I divided that apple into 2 parts. Remember, the number on the bottom tells us how many parts we divided the whole into. So that means that I divided the apple into 2 parts. Now, the 1 on top means that I had 1/2 of the apple. Okay? So then, say for example, this is just for fun. How many pieces do you usually find in a pizza? A pizza is usually divided into how many pieces? Tell me. 8 pieces. Good job. So that means that the pizza divided into 8 pieces. 8 pieces goes on the bottom. That tells us how many pieces the whole pizza was divided into. Now let's see. How many slices of pizza do you think you could eat? I could guess maybe Isaiah could eat 5 slices of pizza. So, do you know how many pieces of pizza that is? Or what fraction of the pizza that is? If I were to pick 5 slices of pizza? You guessed right! 5/8. Good job. Now, I have something here with me to kind of help show you what we're going to be working with today. Some of you probably want to go crazy when you see it. If you ever want to get me a gift, you want to get me candy you don't want to get me, this is not my favorite. But if you want to get me something you don't want to get me, Hershey's cookies and cream. I don't like, well, I tolerate milk chocolate. So I don't usually get the original Hershey's milk chocolate. When I get Hershey's, I usually get cookies and cream. So I'm going to go ahead and open that. I might eat some. I might just stand here and eat some and let you guys watch me eat it. How's that? I actually can't eat this whole thing in one setting. That's a lot of chocolate. Alright, see? Now it's going to be hard for me to do this, to show you guys while I do this, but I'm going to go ahead and divide this into 3 parts, okay? As best as I possibly can. I'm going to eyeball it, and then I'll show it to you guys. Ooh, that didn't work very well. It didn't. It's just breaking to pieces. I probably should have brought a sharp knife. Alright, so this is the result of me trying to divide that into thirds. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and take one of those blocks and let's see if I can divide one of those into thirds. So you see how the Hershey's bar is divided into blocks? I have exactly 3 pieces here. This is the whole piece. We're going to pretend this is the whole piece of the Hershey's, okay? You see that? So I'm going to go ahead and divide that into 3 pieces. Try not to make a mess here. That was so much easier. Look at that. I have 3 pieces. Hard to show you guys, but I have 3 pieces. Alright, so if I take 1, Remember we said the bottom number tells us how many pieces we divided it into. So I divided this into 3 pieces. That means the bottom number is going to be what? It's going to be 3. So the bottom number is 3. And say Ms. Ngampo decided to eat 2 of these pieces. What is my fraction going to be? What number goes on top? The number of pieces we're talking about, right? So that means it would be 2/3. If Ms. Ngampo decided to eat 2 pieces, that's how much candy or how much of the whole she would be eating, 2/3. So 1 is 1/3 because we're talking about 1 out of the 3 pieces. So 1/3 plus another 1/3 plus another 1/3 equals 1 whole. It equals the whole piece. We'll write that on the board. 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 equals 1 whole because it all matches up. Or 3/3. 3/3 equals the 1 whole. Anytime the numbers match on top means we're talking about 1 whole. So 4/4 is 1 whole. Over here, 2/2. If I had eaten the whole apple and I had eaten 2 of the pieces I divided it into, then it would have been 1 whole. Usually I don't eat it. I don't cut it in half to eat it. I usually cut it into 4 different pieces to eat it. And I'm not going to eat this candy right now. I don't have a sweet tooth right now. Okay, so go ahead and pull out your worksheet for math, page number 308. 308, it looks just like this. Okay, go ahead and put your name on it on the top of the page. We're going to be doing the back of it. So you have 307. We're working on the back, 308. Once you have that out, section number 1 says write the answers to the combinations your teacher says. Take your time, no rush. You can always rewind or go back, pause or whatever, but take your time. Letter A, 9 times 3. 9 times 3. Letter B, 17 minus 9 plus 4. 17 minus 9 plus 4. Letter C, 6 plus 5 minus 9. 6 plus 5 minus 9. Letter D, 4 times 10. 4 times 10. If you missed this, I'm going to be upset because I already showed you how to do that. 4 times 10. That should be easy. 5 plus 8. 5 plus 8. All right, section number 2 says write the numbers your teacher says. And before getting to that, I want to show you something real quick. So let's say, for example, I said 5 1/2. Notice, if I just said 1/2, what would you write? You would just write, 1/2. But notice I'm saying 5 1/2. 5 1/2. So that means you'd write 5, right, as a 5 and 1/2. So that means you're adding 1/2 to that. If I said 4 1/3, you write 4 first, and then you write 1/3. The and means that you're adding the fraction to it. So you write 4 1/3. Okay? So take your time. Remember where your comma dogs are. And remember how to write your fractions. Letter A, 17,005. 17,005. Letter B, 11,040. 11,040. Letter C, 9,200. 9,200. Letter D, 8 and 1/4. 8 and 1/4. Letter E, 5 and 2/3. 5 and 2/3. Okay, so looking at section number 3, it says color 1/3 of the campers. So that means that we are looking at how many campers there are, and they are divided by, not, what I'm trying to say is, remember the bottom number is talking about how many parts there are, how much, or how many pieces or how many parts they divided the whole into, and then the top number tells us how much of it they want us to do. So let's see, let's count them. We have 1, 2, let me show it to you. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have 6, and it's telling us that this 6 was divided into 3 different parts. It has 3 different parts. Let's say, for example, they want 3 people to have these campers. And just to make it fair, I come from a family with 4 kids. And anytime someone gives us something, we have to divide it evenly, because if we don't, it's not going to be fair. Despite the fact that I am the oldest, and technically I could get more, it doesn't sit very well with my younger siblings for some reason. I don't know why. I'm the oldest. I should be able to get how much I want. So looking at the 6, you need to color 1/3. So let's see. Here's 1, 2, 3 parts. You see that? 1, 2, 3 parts. You need to color in one of those parts because it's 1/3, right? So that means you're coloring 2. Remember, 1, 2, 3 parts. You're only coloring one of those parts that was divided into, so that's these 2 campers right here, or any 2 campers really, is what you need to color in. Number 4 says write the answers. 1/3 of 9. So if we take the number 9, I'm going to go ahead and use dots on the board, just for visual. The number 9, get my marker open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll make them bigger so you guys can see them better. Now I'm saying 1/3 of 9. Remember, the bottom number means how many pieces it was divided into. We have 9 pieces of candy, and we need to make sure that Geronimo, Isaiah, and Wesley each get an even part. So we need to divide it into 3 pieces. Before, let's see, so I have 1. Let's see first. I need to divide it into 3 pieces, right? So if I divide it into 3 pieces, how about I do this? 1. So here's one part. 2. And then here's the other part. Now saying 1/3 of 9. So what's 1/3? 1/3 is one of those 3 pieces. So because 1/3 is one of those 3 pieces, here, right here, how many dots do we have in this one piece, or 1/3? 1, 2, 3. So your answer to 1/3 of 9 is the number 3. Then right across from that, it says 1/3 of 18 is 6. I'm gonna do the same thing. 1/3 of 18 is 6. Oh, did you notice this colors match my shirt? That's neat. All right, 18. Let's see. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Go ahead and fill those in for you guys so you can see better. And we're going to divide this into 3 parts too, because it says 1/3, right? 1/3, the bottom numbers means that we need 3 people to have it. So I have 18 chocolate chip cookies, and I need to make sure that Belle, Alex, and Alicia each get the same number of cookies. That's what I just said, right? Cookies. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and divide that. Here's 1. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I missed one. I was trying to make sure it was even. Ooh. Should have been like that. Okay. And this first one, I did it cross this time. This first one I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces in this one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces in this one. Sounds like that's even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's even here too. Now, if I had done that, I missed this dot here. There would have been 5 here and 7 here. And I'm pretty sure whoever got those pieces, one person would have been happy, but the other one would be like, that's not fair, she got more than me. But now I divided it evenly, so each person has 6 pieces. Alex, Belle, and Alicia each have 6 pieces, 6 chocolate chip cookies. So that means that taking 1/3 equals 6. So 1/3 of 18 is 6. Let's do the same thing with the next one, 1/3 of 12. 1/3 of 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, and it says 1/3, right? So we're dividing into 3 pieces. Let's see. How about Faith, Brianna, and Paisley? They want, I don't know. Let's just say candy. They want candy. Then you divide this into 3 pieces, okay? Now watch. I got 1, 2, 3 in this section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have 1, 2, 3. Now say this was Paisley. I'm sure Paisley would be really happy that she had 6 and everyone else had 3, but that's not fair to the other girls. So remember, it has to be the exact same number. Each one has to have the exact same number. So how about I try dividing it this way? And I have 1, 2, 3 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each person gets 4. Now it's even. So 1/3 of 12 is 4. The next one is 1/3 of 21 is 7. Okay, so I have 21 dots on the board. If you're listening when I said, I just gave away the answer. But nonetheless, so dividing this into 3 equal parts. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means that Wesley and Geronimo and Mason each get 7 Skittles. That's even. I'm sure they're all happy that each person got the same number. So 1/3 of 21 is 7. Section number 5 says color to show the fractions. So 2/3 mean the bottom number means what? It means that it's divided into 3 pieces. So you notice there you do have 3 pieces in the circle. And then the top number, the 2, is telling you how many pieces you need. So that means you are coloring in 2 of those pieces, all right? And right next to that, it says 1/3. Once again, the bottom number tells you how many pieces the whole was divided into. The whole according to the bottom number says 3, so it was divided into 3. You are coloring in one of those pieces. That means you're coloring 1/3. Coloring in one of those pieces because that's what the top number says. And then you are going to work on number 7, the sums and differences. Don't forget, bottom, bigger, borrow. You can't take away 5 pieces of candy from Paisley if she only has 1. Okay? She only has 1. You can't take away 5. I don't have any other pieces of candy. So remember, bottom, bigger, borrow. And looking forward to teaching math for the rest of this week. I hope you guys can put up with me.